here. Now 11 days ago we left Clermont-Ferrand. That was the start of the 26th Dakar, and for many it was a little difficult to leave their families for over 3 weeks. Loic Aubrey saying, I didn't know it was going to be this hard. It's so tough to leave your family.
Mon chéri, ma petite caille. J'aimerais l'avoir avec moi et l'embrasser tout le temps.
Once we got into Spain, we caught up with this Chinese-French crew, Chinese driver, French co-driver, and the French co-driver is saying, well, we've got codes and colours. Now, the difference with Chinese is they count 10 on one hand. So, I've got to learn those signals, but everything that I've got to communicate to the driver is going to be with hand signals. He says, well, I got the left, that's 1, 2, that's right. 6, 7, 9 and 10. That's all on one hand. The Chinese driver getting the graph. Now these are the colours. Green is easy, white medium, and red is going to be difficult. And then on the sun visor here, I've got speeds indicated. So slow down on the right, then 40, 50, 60, 90, 110, 120, go a bit quicker, etc., etc. Now, once they had gone through the prologue at Clermont-Ferrand, then the Narbonne stage, and then this stage here on the sand at Castellón, just a little north of Valencia, they were already beginning to run into problems. Chinese driver saying, well, there's no point in him actually saying anything because I can't understand a word of French anyway, so he's just going to have to stick to the hand signals. But the interpreter in the middle here being the saving grace. What a partnership to start a 7,000-mile event. Only 3 common words, left, right and straight on. Maybe, he says, we're going to be speaking at Dakar. And I'm on board with the Barbier husband and wife crew. They were into Africa stage 4 and they had communication problems with the intercom. The driver couldn't hear the co-driver, his wife, but the co-driver could hear the driver. There was all sorts of confusion, and it was not really helped by the co-driver then saying, you got to go left. No, I mean right. Then once we got into Africa, the dunes really did start. And not only did the dunes start, but people were beginning to get stuck. And even with the help of many locals and other Dakaristes, the car just went nowhere. Massive dunes, massive problems. And then you nearly hit another car. Close calls for many people. They decided to give this bowler hybrid Land Rover another push, and then the fire extinguisher goes off. You can't believe it. One of the people helping has accidentally pushed the fire extinguisher button, and the French crew, understandably, apoplectic. Then we went on the stage from Ouarzazate to Tantan. The amateurs had to cross a river crossing that had just seen an awful lot of rain. Francois Flick being helped by America's Paul Krause here. Francois Flick, not the biggest built Dakar riders. Andy Coker out of Australia also in close attendance. It was extremely difficult, whether or not you're an amateur or even a pro. Eric Verhoef out of Holland. He was in trouble, so were the Euromaster trio. The rains in this part of the world catching not only the riders out, but the organisers as well. And that was before Mark Comer lost part of his bike. Now we're on board with this rider. He says it's just like a trial. It's just crazy to be here in the sand, in the dust, in the heat, and then all this water.
La poussière, le sable, la chaleur, comment il s'est papoté, il s'est retrouvé comme ça au milieu de l'eau.
The difficult thing about this particular crossing was not only was it rocky, but during the passage of the motorcycles through the puddles, it was a question of how deep those puddles were. And as you may remember, it really brought to an end Jutta Kleinschmidt's competitive rally when she went through in her Volkswagen Touareg and the water got in the engine. She lost well over 9 hours. Harry Vatanen lost nearly 3 hours through this particular part when water got into his V6 engine as well. The trucks were going through it, great guns. The Deroy truck of Gerard Deroy steaming on, but unseating Cucuracci. On board here with this crew going through the very rocky part, co-driver giving all sorts of advice, like be careful and slow down.